Hello everyone, my name is Behnaz Fatemi and I'm the 2020 Kitchener Artist in Residence. Thank you for your interest in this project and thanks for your participation. This video will be an introductory video on the basic clay sculpture making for Pegman project. This is the box that you get. Inside the box you can find all of the supplies you need, as well as the video tutorial link and the guided catalog teaching you how to do this specific project. Now let's start making a sculpture for the Pegman project by going back to the instruction on page 2 and 3. First, there are two simple rules we want to keep it in our mind when working with clay. The first rule is anytime we attach two pieces of clay together, we are going to scratch both sides, also known as scrolling. And we are going to apply water to ensure that these stick together after the clay dries. So scratch any two pieces before attaching them. Apply some water and attach them. The second rule is, if you want to make your Pegman in some steps, cover all of your clay with plastic so it doesn't dry out. Let's start to make a sculpture. As you may read the guided catalog in the kit, the first step is kneading clay with your hands until the clay is soft. Now we want to make an egg-shaped form for the head. As the third step, roll some clay and cut a little of it to make a cylinder for the neck. Now, let's connect the head and the neck. Don't forget rule 1, some scratches, and then applying some water. Just I use a little bit. Step 5 is making two triangles. Now cut one of the vertices of each triangle to form chest and the waist. Now I am making the second triangles. Now I want to connect the chest and the waist, so I'm gonna use rule 1, scratching and applying water. In the step 7, we are going to connect the neck to the chest using rule 1, scratching, and applying some water. Now we want to make the arms. For doing that, we need to roll the clay and cut two long cylinder shape for the arms. And for the hands, we just need to make two small egg-shaped pieces and press them to make them flat a bit. In the next step, we need to make two cylinders for thigh. Pay attention to the size and thickness. And then connect the thigh to the waist again with water. For the step 10, I'm gonna make two cylinders as the calves. And then connect them to the thigh with water and scratching. The next step is to make two rectangle shapes for the feet. And then connect them to the caps. Again with the scratching. And some water. Now we connect the hands to the chest. With scratching and applying some water. And we are trying to make the whole sculpture stable. Here we have the basic form of a human-like sculpture. Now we are going to personalize our sculpture. This is time to show your experiences, ideas, thought about immigration and immigrant-related topics visually. One way is to use the tools in the box to scratch, write on, or shape your sculpture easier. Another way is add or remove some parts of the sculpture to show the concept you have in mind in your sculpture. Now I am covering my sculpture because I want to work on it later. And finally, this is my Pegman sculpture. There is an envelope in the kit that you can write a sentence, a short story, a word, or a poem related to immigration and immigrants. There are 2 email addresses at the end of this video. So if you have any questions or if you need any additional information, please contact with us.